Welcome to Gentle Yoga. We are using that playlist that is dated, and I made the mistake of forgetting my earbuds again, so you're just going to be doing the music on your own, and we can still do a little countdown. I guess I'll just mute mine so I'll have a clue of what's going on. I know some of the songs by heart, so you can just cue up the playlist, make sure that it's not on shuffle, and then we can press play in 3, 2, 1, play. It's also nice because the playlist kind of keeps me on time. It's an hour. And go ahead and grab your oil. We'll also be using our props for restorative. So blocks and a blanket if you have it. And then another thing that we are going to prep for, if you have access to a wall for legs up the wall, we'll be doing that, or you can also alternatively use a bed or a couch. But if you want to clear a little space near a wall, we'll be doing that. And we'll start in a seated position. If sitting on the ground isn't comfortable for you, just go ahead and sit on your blocks or your meditation cushion. And we'll take a little bit of the aromatherapy into the palms of the hands and then onto the bottoms of the feet. So we're connecting, oops, I got a little too much. Well, it's meant to be. So as you rub the hands together and then rub the hands onto the bottoms of the feet, you're already connecting here to the outermost portion of the limbs, and rub into each toe, activating the reflex points, each element connected to one of those toes, one of the fingers here. And as you breathe, you're taking in the aroma, letting the oil work its magic on you, on your energy system, your quantum field. So there's that ability of the oil to connect through the nasal passageway, across the blood-brain barrier. But then there's also just the frequency of the oil, just letting that come in to your energy field, attuning to the moment, attuning to the part of your body that is nature. And so there's some parts of you, deepest parts of your consciousness, that you don't have to choose for them to respond. Those parts of you responding to the oil. Then you can keep that nearby if you want to use some again later. Coming back to your seat, coming back to a place of comfort. If the back is in any pain and sitting doesn't feel good, just go ahead and lay down with support under the knees. If you want, go ahead and take your scent tent. And so we haven't even started the yoga yet, and how do you feel? More breaths. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, hands to your heart. 2 more times just like that. Reaching all the way out to the edge of your energy field here. Large, wide wingspan. And then inhale, reach up, dive forward, so fold at the hips here, long spine. Inhale, halfway lift, ripple out through the spine. 2 more times like that. Inhale, find a little bit more length. Good. Last one. And then you'll rock back, hands behind you. Just switch which leg is in front if you have that Sukhasana easy seat. Inhale, reach, exhale, fold. Can you match movement to breath 2 more times? And this time, pause and start to walk your hands over to the right, over to the left. So you're getting a little bit of a side bend here, getting down into that QL, low back. When you're ready, come up through the center, switch the legs. That fold. Start to tiptoe the hands up and over to the diagonal. You can come onto tented fingertips here. Really let it get into the hip there. Back to the center. Inhale, sit tall, and then it's a seated cat-cow. Round and arch. It doesn't have to be big. Switch across the legs. Inhale, arms to a T. Give yourself a hug, and then roll the head. Side to side. So you can bring the chin in and down, and then up and over. So you're letting the head roll forward to the side, forward to the other side. Wishing on a star that the music sounds okay right now. Last one. Inhale, arms to a T. Bring the other elbow on top. And then let the head fall. Find that easy neck stretch. Don't overdo it. And over. If you want to find those rolls, tuck the chin. You find a full breath. Following the breath in, following the breath out. Through the center. Inhale, arms to a T. Flex the hands so the fingers are pointed up here. And then fingers come down. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, so you're just moving at the wrist joint here. Inhale, flex. Exhale, bend. Two more. This time, inhale, straighten everything, and then flip the palms up. So you're finding that external rotation, and then flex the hands, so now the fingertips are pulling back, and then rock the head side to side. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot to feel it. Ooh. Last one. Flip the palms down, and then bring hands down, hands up, just like we did to start. Slow it down, meet your breath. Hands into your lap, shoulder circles. Any stress, tightness, hardness, letting that go. Now, a little bit of a brain game. Bring one shoulder forward and the other shoulder back. And maybe you've done this one with me before, but I'll still cue it. And then just switch. So just scissor the shoulders, one forward, the other one back. Switch. 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 Pause. Bring the shoulders up towards the ear so it's a little bit of a figure 8 and let the other shoulder lead. Scissor, up and around. Scissor, up and around. One shoulder forward, one shoulder back. I can't totally see you, but I know you're doing it right. Well, I know if you're not doing it right, you're going to try until you do get it right. Okay, and then other direction. Start the other shoulder forward, up and around. So you might notice that one is easier than the other. And if you want, go the other direction again. Ooh. And then again, other direction. And then through the center, this time you're letting those shoulders come straight up to the ears, turtle up the neck, close the eyes, squeeze your fists, everything tight, tight, tight. Exhale to release the shoulders. Inhale through the nose, shrug it up. Pause and hold. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to do it 2 more times. Option add in the sigh. Inhale through the nose. Shrug the shoulders up. Pause at the top, completely full. And when you're ready, exhale in through the mouth. Release the shoulders. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Shrug those shoulders up to the ears. Tight, tight, tight. Turtle up the neck. It might even feel a little awkward. That means you're doing it right. Opposite of good posture here. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it all go. Wiggle it out. Shake it out. And then slowly recline to the earth. You'll lay on your yoga mat. If you like to have a little extra padding, you can have the blanket under you. And then just have the blocks nearby where you're able to reach them. Let's have your back of the head and back of your sacrum at the same height. Figure out if there's a way so that my phone doesn't go to sleep. Okay. Bring the feet very wide and windshield wiper the legs up and over. If this is not comfortable for the low back, just bring the knees together and find your breath. Otherwise, find that movement for the femur bone. Gentle internal rotation here. And as you move, transitioning from side to side, can you bring the belly button back? Through the center. And then let's take an easy twist, both knees towards the chest. Up and over. And you can bring the legs over to the left, and you can let the left hand just rest on the right thigh. If this is too much for your SI joint, you can take a block between the legs. And if it's easy for you, add on the gaze. Start to let the front of your mind clear out. Starting to trust the breath, trust your body a little bit more. More breaths here. Slowly unwind the gaze. Unwind the legs, remove the block if you had it. And before we head to the other side, bring the knees towards the chest and find knee circles. Knees away from each other, around and together. Other direction. A stirring here. Let the arms do the work for you. And then up and over to the other side. So you can even shift the hips over to the left, knees to the right. Option to add the block between the knees. And then length for the spine as you let your hand just rest on that left thigh. I'm just having a little extra support under my shin because my knee doesn't like to be, my knee is sensitive, that lower leg. If you have a large bolster, you could even try putting a large bolster between the legs. But ideally just having a block between the thighs or the knees. Landing on your gaze. Slowly start to come out of it. Start with your gaze. Walks out, back to the center. Hook the knees in. Option to take forehead towards the knees. Plant the feet. Hands rest on the belly. Just take a couple easy breaths here, nothing fancy. And then now take your hands to the earth, and we're finding a reclined cat-cow, so round and arch the spine. Find a pelvic tilt. Option to take a block between the legs to keep your legs from moving around too much. So it's a small movement for the pelvis. And as you rock the pelvis, you might notice a rocking at the back of the head. This is a wonderful way to activate your vagus nerve, to activate a relaxation response. As you notice your breath. So we can use the breath to activate relaxation. You can also use your experience of relaxation to get more in touch with your breath. Remove the block. We'll bring right knee in. Option to extend left leg long or just leave it planted on the earth. If you would like to add in some ankle circles, go ahead. If you're on your feet a lot today, that will probably feel good. Get the circulation going here. Other direction with the ankles. And then switch sides. Left knee in. Right foot plants or extend the leg long. Adding on those ankle circles. Other direction. Both knees in. Plant the feet. Find a half bridge. We're not staying there for long. Activate through the glutes, the back of the hamstrings. And you can even press your arms into the earth to help lift, lift, lift. One more breath. Exhale, slowly roll down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy baby. Option to rock side to side. Back through the center, release the right foot to the earth. So you're in your half happy baby. It's like a lunge on the ceiling with the left foot up. And then option to bring that right hand across and just hug the thigh in. If you're not able to grab the foot, just wrap the back of that left arm around the back of the thigh and you'll get your hip stretched. Otherwise, you're holding outside the foot like a half happy baby. Right arm across to just snuggle the thigh closer into the side of the rib cage. Can you extend your tailbone away from you so that you're not rounding your spine? Plug the shoulder blades back and down. Space to breathe. Come back, regular happy baby. Option to rock. And then release left foot to the earth. So you're in your half happy baby with the right foot up. Left arm across, snuggle the thigh in, or you're taking that bear hug, wrap the right arm around the back of the right thigh. What's happening with your spine? Can you find more length? Where's your breath? Can you feel it? Can you start to slow your thinking to match your breath? And then lastly, can you plug those shoulder blades down and back to create space at the sides of the neck? And then back to happy baby. Make it yours. Option to rock, or if you want to extend one leg long and the other, you can straighten out one knee. Sometimes it's nice to pause, rocking to one side with the leg straight to get into that QL a little bit, depending if you feel it. Give a little pause. You want to keep the spine long. Take the round out of your tail. Take your tail out. Back to the center. Plant one foot and then the other. And then a full body stretch. Both legs long, arms up overhead. Reach from the tips of the toes all the way through the tips of the fingers. Slowly plant one foot and then the other. We're taking the half bridge again. Option to take a block between the knees or between the thighs here. Inhale up. Exhale, roll all the way down. This time, if you'd like, option to add in breathing bridge so the arms come overhead as you lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hips come up. Arms planted into the earth or up overhead. Exhale, slowly lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. All the way down. Take your time. Remove that block. Take both of your blocks. And we're slowly going to take a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So the feet come together and the blocks come under the knees here. I like to take the blocks a little bit at a diagonal, but it usually only works if you have them on the sticky mat. Otherwise, they'll fall out from under you. So just being mindful how you set up the blocks here. And then option to take your hands onto your body like we did earlier, where you feel the belly breathing into the hands, or option to take opposite elbows with your arms up overhead. And if your arms don't easily touch the earth there, you can add a little support, a rolled up towel, pillow. You're already using your yoga blocks, so just grab something else. Even just taking a rolled up sweatshirt, that'll work. And find space here to call in that belly breath. Option to switch which forearm is on top. Follow the breath in, follow the breath out 2 more times. Slowly release the hands at your sides. Grab the blocks off to the side of the blocks. You can use your hands to support the legs back together. And you'll plant the feet. We're heading to figure 4. So right foot to the sky, open it up, pause. And here you're just going to find the pelvic tilt while you take your right hand against the right knee to hold the leg in place. So the leg stays still and you find the movement at the back of the pelvis, rocking forward and back. Like you're tucking your tail between the legs and then sticking it out. And that left foot into the earth is also giving feedback to let your body know where it is in space, sending signals through the brainstem and back again. Two more. Back to the center, kick that right foot up, add on your ankle circles. Other direction. And then 3 times single leg bicycle, extend it long, inhale all the way up. Find your figure four again, and then this time you're going to fold that knee in and then press it out. So this time, pelvis stays still and just move the leg. Opening and closing that leg like a book, in and out. Last one. Right foot to the sky, plant that foot. Inhale, left foot comes up. Figure four. And we're starting opposite. So this time, left hand, left knee, open and close the book. So the leg folds in and then open it up. Keep your tail, keep your sacrum still, and move the leg in the joint. Your tongue and your neck can stay relaxed here. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, kick that left foot up, single leg bicycle. Roll out the ankle, find that hamstring stretch. Other direction. Figure four again. This time, left hand onto the left knee to just keep that leg still. Find the rocking action of your pelvis. Two more. Pick that left foot back up, plant the foot, and then a couple of just regular reclined cat-cow. So rounding, arching with both feet planted. We're still just opening and releasing around the sacrum. And then slowly just lay it onto your side. So roll onto your right side, create a little pillow, and just pause there. Find your breath. Let it be easy. Two more breaths. Roll all the way onto your belly. And we're taking Tibetan's resting pose. I'm not sure if we've done this one here before, so I'll demonstrate it standing up so you can see me. You're going to bend the right knee up towards the side body, bend the right arm 90-degree angle. So both are bent 90-degree angle. Left hand is at your side with the palm up, and then turn your head towards the right. So you're laying on the left cheek. If you have glasses, you maybe want to take those off. Pause here. Feel into your body. Where is the body inviting a little bit more space to breathe? More rounds of breath here. Slowly transition to the other side. So straighten out the right leg and then start to turn your gaze over to the left. Bend the left knee. Right arm comes down to your side. Bend that left elbow 90-degree angle. Tibetan's resting pose on the second side. Last breath. Left hand under that left shoulder. Slowly press yourself up and just come back onto the right side like we did earlier, just laying on your side. You can create a little pillow with the arm or use the yoga block. And then slowly find yourself over to your wall. You can bring your blanket with you. And if you want to apply a little more oil, this is a good time. Also, I didn't tell you to grab a yoga strap, but if you like to use the yoga strap during the legs up the wall, you can do that. I'm going to adjust my yoga mat. So if you remember, lay on your side as you get close to the wall so that your seat is very close to the wall as you lay on your side, so that when you flip with the legs up, you're already close, so you don't have to snake yourself closer to the wall. So pause here. And what I was saying is that some people like to strap the legs together here. Otherwise, just imagine that the legs are getting heavy in the hip joint, so dropping down towards the sacrum. We already did all that opening, so it should be comfortable. We'll start with the arms out to a T. And if you want, you can even take the blocks under the hands so that the hands are resting on the block and the elbows are on the earth. Your legs up the wall, can you spread the toes? You want to get as close to the wall as physically possible. You find that belly breath again. Slowly, you're going to bend the knees so that it's like you're taking your cross leg position, easy seat up against the wall. And then can you stick your tail out again to find that length for the low back? We're not staying here for long. Slowly switch which shin is crossed in front. And so remember, you're letting gravity do the work, nothing to shove, force, or push here. Last breath. Both feet come up again. One breath. Slowly start to move your feet away from the wall so that when the feet plant, you have that 90-degree angle with the knees. And then it's like your half bridge. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift, press through the feet. Exhale, roll down. Last one. And then slowly we're going to come to figure four. Let's start on the left side. So left foot to the sky, fold it in front. This might be enough for you here, or if you want to thread the needle, go ahead. Otherwise, you can play around with the rocking side to side. Just adjusting how close you are to the wall. Can you flex out that left foot? So bring activity into the lower left leg to find your stretch. And if you want, option to rock the pelvis or find that single leg half bridge that we just did. Slowly transition to the other side. Figure four. Can you flex out the right foot already here? If you like, rocking side to side. And then let yourself slowly arise to the peak of the pose. So you don't need to be there just yet. Couple breaths. Nothing to rush to keep up with. And then adding on if you want to, changing how close you are to the wall or finding a threading of the needle, hugging everything in. Or you can take that single leg half bridge. Through the center, pause 2 breaths. Now you're just gonna kick that right foot back up. Let's switch sides. Take the left leg up and over, and then just let your legs fall to the side for another reclining twist. So legs over to the right. If you need a block under the knees, go ahead. Otherwise, just set yourself up for the twist. A block under the knee looks like this. Couple more breaths here. Slowly unwind. We're heading to the other side. So unwind the legs. The right leg comes up and over. It's like eagle legs, and then legs fall over to the left. Grab your block on the other side. You can even shift your hips a little bit over to the right for a deeper twist. And then set yourself up. Last breath. Slowly unwind. Now you're going to roll onto your right side, scoot yourself back close to the wall. Legs up the wall again. Option to add on your blocks under the hands. Palms face up. And we're going to stay here for about 3 to 5 or 8 breaths. No need to count. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Coming into your last breath here. When you're ready, we'll come back up and we're going to just take a couple seated stretches before we finish. So slowly coming up, let your head hang down. We're going to take left leg long, right leg in, fold forward over that bent leg. You can use the elbow to help folks a little wider. Inhale, sit tall, turn towards the long leg, hamstring stretch here. Option to fold that bent leg behind you if you prefer it, or keep it externally rotated. Come back up, fold that leg back around, and then you're going to take your, let's see, that's your right hand behind you. Inhale and just come up onto the shin, so you're flushing out the front of the hip. Exhale down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Baddha Konasana, both feet in. Switching to the other side. Exhale, right leg long. Inhale, long spine, fold over the front leg. You can use your elbow here. Inhale, sit tall, turn towards the long leg, find your hamstring stretch, and if you want, you can fold that other leg behind you. Inhale, sit up, bring the leg back around again. Left arm behind you, lift the hips, come up onto the shin. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Together. Tall, long spine here. Close the eyes. If you have a tendency to pull the feet in super close, what happens if you give a little space there? Slowly, we'll recline into a Shavasana for your last shape. If you want to add a little more oil to the bottoms of the feet, it's a good time for that. Bottoms of the feet is the best place, in my opinion, for sleep blends, sleep applications. Make sure to get that big toe. And then you can either take the blocks under the knees, or if you'd like a supported back bending, you know how to do that, go ahead. Otherwise, a little bit of an upside down V shape under the knees, and then recline back. And so you can consider what it feels like to have your legs up the wall, and then notice a subtle shift here with the blocks under the knees, creating that same heaviness towards the hip joint, or raising the knees up using the blocks, and then letting the legs sink back towards the sacrum, pelvis. Also helping to create some length for the low back. If you want your extended Shavasana, go ahead and turn the video off. Otherwise, we'll rest here for just a couple minutes before we close. slowly, when you're ready, roll onto your right side. As you start to come up, let the chin tuck inward, head hangs down, and the eyes can be closed. And then we'll bring the hands to heart center, prayer hands onto the mudra, and then rest your forehead at the thumbs at the forehead. Thank you. Wishing you a sweet sleep, a restful evening. So great to have you. If you ever have any questions, just let me know.